And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 246. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, just in a little bit after we have our usual guy bro conversations that you guys all know and love, we are going to be covering two topics tonight. One is insanely degenerate, and I know you guys are going to love this video when it drops after we do it on the show, obviously, is something with Sweeney. And it's something where basically after I get through the intro, I'm going to try and keep a straight face. But if I can't, I'm going to probably have Warren take over. I'm not shitting you guys. Sweeney is releasing a bar of soap through Dr. Squash that's infused with her own bathwater. So if that woman pissed and shitted in that stuff, you're gonna put that on your face. Insane. Crazy. And the
I've
second
already
topic,
ordered a box of it.
you God, I don't get it. And then the second topic is going to be James Gunn's Superman movie. The box office projections came out actually, or
Ooh.
early box office tracking for its week one worldwide box office opening, and the numbers are pretty high. Let's
It
just
looks
say
good. Does it look good?
the
Your
numbers
predictions?
are from what earliest numbers I saw when I was just scrolling through Twitter, just setting up topics for the show. It's some pretty solid numbers. If it hits them, that's good, but I would hope it goes higher than that. I want the Superman movie, when it comes out, to have a Minecraft level opening weekend. I think all big blockbusters want what Warner Brothers had for the Minecraft movie. They wanted it to have like fucking a 300 plus $1 million opening weekend, because you kind of consider, movie theaters got their cut, the
Yeah.
theaters internationally have their cut. You have to deal with like marketing budget. You have to make that up. You got to make your own budget up. You got to make profit of studio. If your movie starts out with what the Minecraft movie had to start out with, and it's like $330 million, or it's like 350 it started with, that's pretty good to start out with.
Yeah.
Because
And if
that
you're
at
gonna,
that point,
yeah.
you already just made your entire film budget back. Now, if you make double that, now you can pay off the theater expense. And then you can start talking about, okay, let's start covering our marketing expenses. And after that, that's when you start getting to profit. I always tell people this, man. Studios want what like the Minecraft movie's box office opening weekend was, because at that point, that's when you can kind of start tracking it if it's gonna do well. Like if you like, this is like the Mission Impossible movie that just came out. That thing has a $400 million budget attached to it. You know, like if
Yeah.
Tom Cruise didn't drop $400 million into a movie just so he can make $400 million back, that's not how that works. You know.
Well, yeah, they're not even going to, even if it hits 400 million, what fraction of that do they actually see? And like you said before, it gets split up between the movie theaters, and I think there's a big cut in foreign market out of it. So, but if you want to make $1 billion, then you're gonna have to have a $300 million opening. I mean, you'd almost have to
At
be
the
to hit that,
minimum, you should
to
just
hit that billion mark, because you're
yeah,
never going to have as a good opening as your first one,
yeah,
as the opening weekend.
mhm,
So the
yeah,
next weekend is always going to be lower, even if it's 80%. Like it's only a 20%
yeah,
drop, let's say, which is very rare. It's usually 50, 60, even for good films.
yeah.
So even if it's like a 20% drop, you're still, that first weekend is always going to be your best. And it comes out after Jurassic Park. So, and then I
I'm
think
still calling it right now. I don't
Fantastic
think
Four is
Fantastic
the
Four is going to do anything, man. I think it will do better than Brave New World and Thunderbolts. I was running through predictions in my head today when I was at work. I was just pacing back and forth outside. I think it's going to do $500 million at the end of its run. When it's done out of the theaters, it's going to end at $500 million. I think it'll still be a flop in terms of like financially. It'll just be a bomb.
yeah.
I think it'll make more money than the previous two movies. I truly don't think DC needs to worry about Marvel right now. Like Marvel right now, guys, Bob Iger reportedly behind the scenes is not very happy with the amount of money these movies have been making and their output. So right now, I think that month is just a front runner for Jurassic Park 7 to just cruise to that $1 billion mark. Honestly, that movie's opening weekend, that shit is making. I think that might have the biggest opening weekend we've had in this era Because remember,
Yeah,
you remember this: the Jurassic World 2015 movie had the biggest opening day ever.
yeah.
Every single
Well, I think that also too, the only thing that's going to hurt Jurassic Park is that a week after it comes out, Superman hits.
yeah.
It's either a week or 2 weeks, and then when Superman hits right after Jurassic Park, so then that's going to take away some of that, and they're going to have a severe drop off. But if Superman isn't good, and Fantastic Four is going to feel like it's going to be mid at best, by some of the early
Did you see
teaser. Did you
the
see the early?
news with the test screenings?
Yeah, the
Apparently
test
news came out
screening.
with the
Yeah,
test screenings. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we'll cover it just
yeah.
1 second right after here.
It's
Uh,
sounding average. That's the sad thing. What's up, Savage Dad,
Savage Dad says
Laps,
none of
Emily?
us are surprised that MSK is buying one of those Sydney Sweeney bathwater soaps so he can chop it up and snort it. That's just what. No, that's what Laps did. That's what Laps people be doing. White guys. Laps, what's up, money? What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Did I say muddy? Oh my god,
I'm
I'm
gonna turn it into
cracked.
powder and put it in my coffee in the morning,
That's
just so I can
that's
have a piece of
that's
her all day with me.
what the fuck did I just hear? Dude, you should come on long boxing when I get black. You saying when you get black? No, when you get back. Yeah, as long as it's because you do it Thursday,
Well,
right?
he was talking to Laps. He wasn't talking to you, I know.
Oh, oh, damn! I thought you were talking to me.
No, he was asking. He's
Sure.
telling Laps that, not you. So
How's your
sorry, I don't want to
vacation?
break it to you.
God, my vacation was great. I got a chance to bang a bunch of strippers and came back home in my Lamborghini. That's
Again,
how it
I think
happened.
he was talking to Savage Dad.
Dang it, dang it. Hell
I don't
yeah, I
think
would definitely do that.
and
Don't trust this clout chaser, Savage. This guy's a clout chaser. This man is kind of it's like an infection. It's like the character in those movies where they try to slither up to everyone and then they try to get their goodness and then they're just in. They're in the group at a point. I'm joking. Hey, I love that white guy. Vacation is good. Unfortunately, tomorrow is the last day of it. Technically, we get back on the road on Sunday, heading back to the heat in Arizona. Yeah, so I know you guys know that me and Professor Savage that do our shows on Wednesdays. When he gets back this week, we'll probably just have him back on the panel show. Probably just do the panel show earlier, like we did this week. Have it at like 6 p.m. PST, and then we'll basically grill him, for being away from us. He left us. He literally left us, and then I have to yell at this man for what Transformers is gonna be doing because we were supposed to do that. So after this week coming back, guys, Savage that'll be on the panel show, and then the week after that, we'll have our shows back together again. Oh my god, do you remember the Transformer movie? Remember in Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon, Megatron died. Then he's Galvatron in 4. Then he's just
yeah,
Megatron in the 5th one. I'm just like, what? Oh my god, just absolute insanity in these movies. There was no plot there. There was shit just happened, and I just kind of accepted it.
I
But at least we
always
had a good
felt
time.
the I always felt like the Transformer movies was like Michael Bay had 5 Transformer scripts in front of him, and he's just like, okay, and he has to pick one to be Transformers One, and he just goes, okay, you know what? This will be the first movie. This will be the second movie. This will be the third one. And this is the fourth one. And this is the fifth. Explosions and hot ass. And we're good to go. Like none of those films felt connected at all, and they're
Yeah,
all about the same plot. Like someone's trying to terraform the planet, and then they need to stop them.
always something with the damn moon too. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely down to do a show with you. Oh, thank you. Everyone is always down to do shows with me. I'm a hot, rich, good-looking guy. Hi, Emily. How you doing? Mm. Yeah, I've got a lot of work stuff, not necessarily to catch up on, but to deal with. I start looking for something else when I get home. This man already just got a new job. This man had a job, got a new one just recently, and wants another job now. Oh my, your
He's
job is
motivated.
fine. Good lord. I'm doing good, staying cool right now in Phoenix. Oh boy, you in Savage Dad are in Arizona. That is super hot. I went outside today and it was 65. Today for us, it's hot right now and it's nighttime for us. I think because on my older computer, I could see what the weather was. I think right now, currently, it's like 90-ish degrees out and it's dark out too. Warren has my back. Warren has your black. That's what you needed to say. Uh, Laps, my first episode next week. You had a long boxing episode already. Stop. I don't get this, man.
All his shows will be number ones. That's what I'm gonna do with mine. Like episode 1. The next week it'll be episode 1.
The three different ways to format it. You could just spell out episode, then put EP number, and then put the number sign. That's good lord. That would be too many ways to title a show. Fuck that. Huh. Just let me know. I will be there. I do the show on Tuesday with MSK. Yeah, it's true. This week coming up, we're gonna review Absolute Flash #1. Actually, no, Brell, no. This is not supposed
Yeah,
to do
Brell
that.
knows what I'm talking about.
You
Hell yeah.
guys are not supposed to be like this. Okay, that's not
Is
what
it gonna
men do.
smell like her? Just
You guys are better than this. It's like a witch spell. It's like those movies where the witches cast a spell in the beginning part of the movie, and then they open a book, and it just goes out to people, and then they're all just in this trance for a little bit. You must resist the thoughterry of women. Stop it. You guys are crazy. um, but no, my week was pretty good overall. I went back to the gym. So I mostly go on my days off, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm gonna be going Saturday. So I'm gonna try and go to back to the gym 3 days a week. Every other day is a little too out of my range right now. I went back and I did biceps and triceps yesterday. The reason why I had to take a little small mini break after going back was because that time period where you don't go to the gym and you go back and you hit it hard, your body's just sore as hell. So my body was just completely too sore. I had to let it kind of bounce back. It was like it's like when Goku and Gohan went into the hyperbolic time chamber and they came out and Vegeta's like, you guys should just go back in and keep doing it. Goku's like, now my body should rest. That's how mine was.
yeah.
I went like insanely Super Saiyan and I calmed down everything and I rested just for a little bit longer. And I was like, you know what? We'll just go 3 days out of the week. So next time when I go back, I'll just do chess tomorrow, actually. And as you guys know, the Cloud9 podcast is now Thursdays and Saturdays. So Thursday 7:30, 8 p.m. PST, and Saturdays 7, 8 p.m. PST. Because on Sundays, well, I'm just too tired, and I've basically assessed that I'm less tired Saturday and more tired Sunday. So on Sunday, I'm just gonna just play League at the very minimum, because I don't have to worry about streaming games now because this new PC is just God. There's nothing this thing can do. I had like 50 tabs open, none of them slow down. Everything was
Oh,
working fine.
nice.
Yeah. So, I know you guys saw my recent episode of Comic Book Market Watch. I figured out the issue would happen. The audio was fine. If you put it on max volume, it's fine. I had to turn up my actual mic on this up a little bit more. So I turned it up just a little bit, you know. So I'll sound a little bit more louder on the next episode, but it's a completely fine episode. The next episode of Comic Book Market Watch, there's so much stuff coming out. There's so many titles, and it's like some weeks you have like not that many collected editions, but every single week ever since I started, minus maybe a few episodes where I had to basically insert stuff that I wanted to talk about specifically myself. Oh my god, there is like 1,000 titles coming out, not just between Marvel and DC, Image, Dark Horse, IDW, then collected editions. There's like 1,000 trades. Then there's like omnibuses dropping every single week. Oh my god, man, it's just too much sometimes.
The market must be either leveling out or being on an up, like maybe
No,
on
they're
a
just dropping a whole
slight
bunch of
upswing.
shit.
Because
No.
yeah, it's like they're producing shit like crazy right now for as turbulent as the
Yeah.
market seems to be.
DC is just doing way more collected edition stuff, like the DC's Finest books, the compact comic books. They have the regular omnis and trades that come out. Those crazy. DC does way more hardcovers than Marvel. Marvel barely does hardcovers. The only hardcovers Marvel does is the Masterworks and the omnibuses. Only
Well,
hardcovers they do.
I think it's smart. I wish Marvel would do it more. I mean, you already have the material, you have it paid for, the artwork is done. Repackage that shit till you find a way it reaches more viewers. Like their compacts are doing good. They're doing more hardcovers. They're doing special edition. Keep that shit up and flood the market with that stuff and try to get some more comics into to people's hands. I need to check out what the new compacts are right now. I haven't been paying attention to that for a while.
Mm. So League specifically has a seasonal format. So with League, we're now in coming up next year, we'll be in like season 13, 14, something like that. So whenever I saw like league podcasts back in the day, they had a seasonal format, and I was like, okay, that sounds kind of cool. I kind of want my show to be in that. Like shows like these don't need to be seasons because this is just not that kind of way. But I feel like for video games and like sports, having a seasonal format just fits that kind of concept better. And I kind of always wanted that. I wanted a show where it had that format, and I wanted to have a show that has this format. That's kind of all it is, honestly, you know. But it's just better with sports that you have it in a seasonal format because you're talking about what's going on that specific year in that moment, you know. I'm gonna have to switch up Wednesday. You better not. I'd say you can switch up Wednesday. What the fuck? You don't get any rights here. He thinks he's white. What the hell? Good lord. Oh, forgot. Recently, he's gonna go on summer vacation because kids should be out of school now. We just had a graduation here, which is crazy because back in the day, you know, when I graduated, it was on like June 13th, 14th, the week of that. That's like the second week of June. Nowadays, kids in our city graduate literally at the end of May. So summer vacation is already here for a lot of people. So we're officially in summer, I think, in what? In July? July officially starts summer, or is it June? I
It's
forget.
June. June's official start of summer. I'm not sure what day it is, but sometime in June.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, Nerdrotic is gonna do a book through Rip Ripperson. I think he's doing an autobiography. It's not gonna be a comic book. It's gonna be a novel of an autobiography of his time where he went from being a drug addict to who he is now. It's not bad. Because people now asking Ripperson to publish novels. I mean, as you guys know, James, my friend, is writing his novel currently. He said he's done with his first book, actually. So whenever James gets ready to basically, you know, get done with that with his book, and we can have it in like physical copies, you know, we should have a launch party for his day where he goes physical. But he's
Oh yeah,
like he's the type of guy where he's just like, no man, I just got to do it digitally. But I tell him, yes, you can cater to both audiences. Some people are just not going to read things digitally, and some people are just going to prefer to read things physically. I told him, hey, just literally print some physically and then just have it digitally, you know. Like it's gonna be easier having a book digital, obviously. But then again, like wouldn't as a an author or a creator, you want your stuff physical so you can literally see it in front? That's the most important thing to me. If I have
I
a
would
creative, I want to see it physically.
I would highly recommend, even if it's a small 25 book print run,
Yeah.
to get the thing printed and hold it in your hands because it was the coolest moment. One of
Hmm.
the coolest moments of my life was when I held the first issue of my comic book. After all of that
Must have
work,
been like holding the
held
first
the
baby or something.
Oh yeah, it was like a tear to your eye moment. So yeah, I highly recommend. Um, if you can afford to, get that one print run. I don't know how much it costs to print a novel, but if you wanted to do like a 25 book run on Comics Wellspring for a comic book, it's going to cost you like $120. So I mean, it's worth it just to have hold that in your hands.
Oh, and today he was running me down the concept of what his book was. I was like, okay, this just I can already tell what concept this is. Now, keep on. I'm not a novel reader. It's not like I wouldn't read it if you wanted me to. That's just not my preferred way of reading books. I gotta have stuff with pictures in it. Yeah, it's just what I'm just a kid at heart that way. You know, like Shonen Jump books I had growing up. Man, if it wasn't for those books, I would have just been out of the loop on a lot of things. Because like, given where Shonen Jump books were, they would be on. I remember buying. We got some hand me down ones that our friends just kind of gave to us over the years. But I remember us like moving from one location to another location in the city at one point. Back when I was in, like seventh grade, where I went into a Blockbuster, and then it was the very first one that I've seen. It had like Yu-Gi on it. It had like 400 pages. Yu-Gi-Oh! First chapter of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX when that was a fucking ongoing series manga. When it had its own manga serialized story, it had like Gintama, it had like One Piece in there, and I was reading the Shonen Jump books every single month. That was a thing. Every first part of the month, get a new Shonen Jump book. And then it got to a point where I was certainly reading stuff that I had already basically seen in anime form, but we didn't really have cable back then because we were just poor. So that was my monthly dose of getting all that stuff. It was great. There was times where it was God, they were so far behind. I didn't know how far behind they were. You would get to like this culmination book of the arc and it ends. Then they'd have a giant skip part. So I was reading the Pain arc from Naruto. Who had to just kind of wait for it. Like I was essentially already at the point where like Kakashi was fighting Sasuke when Naruto and Sasuke met each other again after that long gap of them not meeting each other. I was damn. You know what's crazy? I love Naruto. What the hell did Naruto do with Jiraiya when that 2 year time skip? Because Sasuke kind of beat the shit out of them when they first saw him again. Like it wasn't even like I'm slightly stronger. It's like I am like way stronger than you. Then he went on to beat Deidara, who beat Gara, who's literally Kage level. Because Akatsuki have to be like Kage level base to take
Yeah.
like Jinchuriki and all that stuff because they're gonna take over the whole world and shit. Sasuke defeated Orochimaru, who had previously fought Naruto, who did like the Four Tails bullshit, you know. Then he beat Deidara. He took out all of Team Seven. Then he went and beat Orochi. Like what the fuck? What an insanely powerful. Got insanely. That might have been one of the biggest amps a character had in that show. Going from like okay, basically getting to like Kage level. Would you say he was Kage level at that point before he went to go fight Itachi? Because it was pretty apparent. This guy was
Yeah,
beating the
yeah.
crap out of people. It was crazy. You know, after that, even when he fought Itachi, we were waiting all that time for him to go fight his brother. He was still weaker than his brother because his brother never had his full strength ever in the show. It's crazy. It was always just massively weaker. Nerdrotic biography. I did drugs, went to jail, owned a comic book store, and now I talk for a living. Finn. I read it. We'll see how it goes, man. I don't know. I would prefer if he did an actual comic book because he has very extensive comic book knowledge. He talks about comic books quite a bit often on Nerdrotic Nooner. Savage Dad said Nerdrotic Nooner went over one of my tweets. I don't know. I think Savage Dad's fucking with me. I could look right now, but I know they haven't. Like I don't even know why I'm looking. I know they didn't do it, but I'm gonna do it literally just because my brain needs to see
Well,
what.
also a novel's not a bad route to go. I mean, I'm not saying it's easier to make a novel, but it's at the same time though, you and maybe an editor and maybe if you have a well, unless he has a ghostwriter to help him write the book, because some people will hire people. That's still cheaper than a comic book. So I just don't know about only releasing it on Ripasend. I would have kickstarted that also, but that's
Well, my thing here is it's not nothing against Gary. I've met Gary a few times. I like him. It's just is there a market for autobiographies?
well, I mean, what's the novel market among Ripperset readers? I mean, how many people? I mean, Golden Flash's campaign is edging close to its goal of 100,000, but it's not like he's making a million or anything. So it's like how many of the Ripperset buyers are active buyers, our
Mhm.
followers are active buyers, and then also how many of them have a taste for a novel, and how many of Neurotic's fan base actually wants to read a novel too. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's interesting choice. I mean, an audio book would probably be also do have it turned over converted over to that. I would have Gray do my audiobook. His voice is he would do great narrating an audiobook, I think.
Yeah, Gray. It's crazy because that's not really his voice though. People forget that's more of a voice amplifier one. I've heard him talk without that on, but it's about the whitest guy you could probably hear. Honestly, good lord, he's gonna hate me for saying that. But then again, I always try to destroy that cloud chaser whenever I can. Good lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see a tweet and I wasn't mentioned on Nerdrotic Nooner. That didn't happen. But too bad I have the audio off. Savage had lied to me. You son of a bitch. I knew it. So I don't trust you guys anymore. Um, other than that, let's look at one or two things and then we'll get into the topics. So the topics are very interesting tonight. So you forgot you wanted to go over. Let's see what because I think you just brought up a second ago. Ripperson. Let's see where Mighty Golden Patriots at. I had already backed this, so I'm just waiting
The
to get
last
it.
I saw was like 85,000. I mean, it's doing really well.
Let's see. Check right now. Where is this book at? I've not checked since the show we talked about where it first launched. So it's at $87,062. So it's $23,000 off from hitting the sales goal.
Yeah, and they got till July to hit it, so it's not even June yet.
Do you think between June, all of June, and pretty much all of July, they'll make $23,000? Because last time we checked,
Yeah,
it was like $57,000 opening. It opened like $57,000
yeah,
that
something
day.
like that.
So it grew 30. Shit, that's a lot of money. It grew $37,000 between the last time we mentioned it versus now. So you could expect like within the frame of like 2 months, I would think it would hit 100K because the pre-order goal is 100K. Next time, if they launch another one of Yellow Flash's books, I would kind of lower that pre-order goal because that's 100K is that's a lot. I'm not saying they can't hit it. They definitely have a big audience and a lot of influence between all these guys, but that is just too steep of a goal. $100,000. That's a lot of money right there. Even if you're raising it in 4 to 5 months, honestly, I would say
Yeah,
have the goal at like 50K. That way, like, because keep in mind, if this doesn't hit its goal, I'm not saying it won't or it will. If this doesn't hit its goal, people are going to call this a failure. I mean, if it doesn't hit its actual goal, then we would have to kind of consider that a failure. I don't think it is, but then again, hopefully it hits it, honestly.
I think it's at first when I first saw the goal, I was like, wow, that's big. And then there's people talking shit that well, he has 5 million followers, it should be higher than that or some shit like that. Not really understanding that it doesn't matter how many followers you have; it's how many followers are actually paid, how many
Mm-hmm.
are paying customers.
Yeah,
You
it was
know,
crazy. A lot of people basically, because I think it's nothing that Eric did, but when people saw that Eric had a big audience and all of them essentially bought like ISOM #1 and it made like $3.7 million, a lot of people just assumed that if someone else had that kind of similar size audience and as active as their audiences are, then that would just translate 1-to-1 to that person like it did with Eric, not realizing the fact that that's not how that works. That's just not. Yeah, for Eric it was luck. He admits it. That was just right place, right time. He was given an opportunity, the lifetime to make it work, and he made it happen. But just because that happens to Eric, doesn't mean it's gonna happen to the average person. Come on, guys. What comic book do you know made Jesus Christ. He made $3.7 million. He became a triple millionaire in a day. When do you know that's happened to anyone in comics? Maybe outside of like Mark Miller when he had his Netflix deal. It's only the person I can think of that had that. Unless you count Robert Kirkman's deal, and even he had mentioned, hey, it's not as this deal with TV is not as gravy as everyone made it out to be. You know, like people, I don't know if people understand this about comic books. No one makes millions of dollars here. When Laughs is like, man, hopefully they'll make a lot of money off doing this crossover with DC and Marvel. That's the joke. You don't make money doing this. Where,
well,
where's the money in doing this?
especially crowdfunding. I know that he isn't. He says he's not crowdfunding. He's essentially doing a pre-order system through his own platform. But I always thought crowdfunding is pre-ordering. I don't care what anyone else says about that. But
I thought they're always synonymous too. It's essentially the same
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
it's I'm buying something, and then if it reaches its goal, I have pre-ordered it. So if it reaches its goal, then I will get that product. It's essentially a pre-order system to make sure that there's enough interest in the product in order to go into production, and you use the money from the orders in order to produce the product. And it's bare bones, basic economics on that. And 3 million was really good. I think for Eric, if he would have paid more attention to the art, that 3 million wouldn't have dropped off as badly. But still, though, there's always going to be a drop off because
Yeah,
number one, it's
comics.
always too
Yeah, had
big.
that. Hmm.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of people getting into it, and then you find out from that first group of number ones how many will stick around for number 2 and 3.
People think it's like movies where like one movie does good in a series and the other ones do a little bit better. Guys, with comic books, so I've always explained to people, comic book world works in like Bizarro world. That shit is opposite. So comic books do
Yeah,
well so like the first few issues do up front very well, and then the later ones, it's kind of like when something starts big, Then when it keeps going and going and going and going, you find out who your actual dedicated audiences it are, but who've stuck with it to like the very end. It's very, I would say comic books is very similar to TV shows. Like you have people that are seriously still watching like Criminal Minds, Suspect Behavior. And that show's been going on for what? How many seasons? 9, 10, 11?
Well, they
Yeah.
just like relaunched it again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So like season 1 started out probably very good. Season 2 probably very good. But then when you get to like seasons 10, 11, 12, yeah, you start to figure out, okay, this is the actual number of people we really have compared to when it started off, when it was super hyped, versus now when it's not the newest hottest thing and we're kind of just in the mix with everything else. Because I always say this to people, when you start something new, you are the new hottest thing, but you will not be the new hottest thing in any given time. That will just go away. Then you see, all right, this is the amount of people we really got here. But I think a lot of people always think, oh, my numbers just dropped off because maybe my product's bad. The product's probably not bad. You're just not the newest thing anymore. That's just fucking life, you
Well,
know?
yeah, and it's about, yeah, because it's that first one is everyone trying out the new thing. You're not going to please everybody, and then you're going to see how many people you bring over to two, and usually the drop off for three is not going to be nearly as bad as 1 to 2. So you probably won't lose that much going to three because you've got this core audience who's liking what you're doing. And of course, unless you piss them off or your story's not good or along those lines, then you'll start seeing more drop offs. But if you got that consistent, like if you're putting out a comic book and you're making 100 grand per book, that's really fucking good. And you could live off that and have a business and create more comics, and you could have a really good life doing that. So it's like, because I mean, you're keeping $100,000 for a book. That's a lot over the budget. The budget of the books are never going to be that high. So it's like, if you're doing if it costs you 20 grand to make one book, and it's making 100,000, and then after shipping and then or fulfilling the pre-orders and then having those books on the orders to sell, you're going to make more than 100,000 on that book when you talk about going to conventions and selling on the website post and all that other stuff too. So, but yeah, there it's what Eric's doing is impressive. I think with Eric's experience is why they picked 100,000, because he probably knew that even though Flash has, I think it was like, so it's like 5 million followers. It doesn't mean all 5 million of those. How many are hate watching? How many are following just because they want to keep, to clip him? How many are actually have money to spend and actually want to buy
Mm.
comics? Stuff like that. It's all it all depends on how many of those people are actually gonna to get into there and buy it. Um, so yeah, but good for Flash. I hope that they hit their goal. I think it will. You have all the way to July, and it grows every day, which is, for crowdfunding, that's good. When you see growth, even if it's 1 or 2 backers a day, that's really good. Some people just go a week without seeing any kind of growth. So I think it will, especially as it gets closer.
Ugh. There's another thing that uh, Tyler Carpenter brought up where you know they're having this debate. This debate's going on for many weeks still, but I did like how Tyler pointed this out with his argument, which was basically creators like the following are so bitter they think there are easy roads to success. Newsflash: selling fantasy is hard, selling horror is hard, selling superhero is hard, selling NSFW is hard, selling comedy is hard, selling sci-fi is hard. It's all hard. Choose your hard. I wouldn't say life is hard. We're just gonna go off just that as well, you know? Like people just get into this stuff and they think it's just super. I know they don't think it's easy based off talking to them, but it just feels like from like their actions and what they say on like Twitter, it feels like they do. They feel like, hey, if my book's not selling well, then it's someone else's fault. When in reality, if we're being completely honest here, maybe your stuff's just not good. Maybe it's not appealing. Maybe you're doing something wrong. Like you talk, because Tyler always goes off his marketing points, right? And people don't understand having an actual marketable like persona, like an actual personality, is very like, in my opinion, very underrated. I don't think a lot of people are really buying some of these books from these indie creators because they really like your work. I think they buy them, as Warren said a few shows ago, because they just like you as a person, which is
That's a
a
lot of it.
double-edged
Yeah.
sword. It's, which, to be fair, a double-edged sword, because even when they get the book, they're probably not reading it, which sucks. But you want the money for your sales because you know back in your head you want to produce more books. It's just a huge double-edged sword. But the thing is, if you're not even getting that, and people don't even want to buy your book because they don't know who you, so they don't know you as a person, right? So they're just going off of artwork and all sort of stuff, and it's like it's an uphill battle to convince people that they should spend their disposable income for what they consider entertainment on you. It's always going to be hard. I don't know where people get this idea that it's easy,
Yeah.
because if it was easy, all of us would be making a lot of money doing this, and well, we clearly don't.
Well, I don't know how many people actually think it's ever going to be easy, but I don't think people realize just how hard it is. And when it caught, another thing too, like if your book's not selling, there are a million fucking reasons why your book is not selling. Like Laps just said, Warren, I'll invest money into your comic. Well, right now, if you wanted to buy my comic, you have
Yeah.
to get a hold of me, and then we do a PayPal deal, and then I send you the comic book that way. I don't have a website. I don't have a I don't have a way to get a hold of me aside through like Facebook and along those lines. I just recently put my email on my link tree, so it's like there's stuff that I could be doing that before I would go, is my book crap? It's like, well, no, people can't get my book. So then if they can't get your book, then they can't read it. So you can't build a fan base. So a lot of this stuff comes on me, and I'm using me as an example on that. These other creators, they get bitter. There is a one guy, I forgot his name, Tony James or something like that.
Oh,
He
I
is,
remember that guy. Yeah.
yeah, he's super bitter, and he's constantly going after Tyler about, and he's the kind of guy's like, my book is a high quality, so I don't get seen because of all these titty books, and the titty books, they should get rid of them, and they should have quality standards, and blah blah
These
blah
people
blah.
pretend they're not in some way liberal when that's literally what censorship is. Saying I need to get rid of all booby books is literally advocating for censorship. That's just what that is.
Well, yeah,
You
exactly, and
know.
it's just not, yeah, you got to look at your own stuff, and you've got to build your audience up, and you got to get out there where it can be seen at. And if your book is not, there's only so many people in that customer base for your book. So if you're doing a anthropomorphic action adventure comedy like I am, I'm only going to appeal to so many people. If you're doing a crime noir book, you're only going to appeal to people who like crime noir, and that's a smaller audience. If you're doing a general superhero book that's in all ages, well, then if it's going good and it's a well written and a good story, you might catch a huge audience because you have everyone from the ages of 8 to 80 who can read your book. So you have to you just have to look at it realistically. You have to look at your own, what you're doing wrong and possibly, and like before we were talking about building the audience. Are they buying the book? Or are they buying it for you? That's part of like what the problem is with the streaming and doing the shows and having a show where you review stuff and talk about politics or whatever, is that your fan base is there for you. So that if you come out and say, hey, I have a comic book to buy, they might just buy it just to support you. Now, if you're going out there and you're building that audience just based on sales of your book, like going to conventions, pushing your book on different areas, and it's just all my fans only know me by my book, well, then, yeah, they're reading the book because that's what they're there for, is to buy the book. So you got to be, if you want fan base that reads your book, you have to build a fan base that's there just to buy the book to read it, not there because they like your political stances or they like some kind of funny comedy show that you do or along those lines. Because those people are there for you. Now, you can have both, but it's all about what kind of audience you build is what you have to feed them and what they're going to want. If you build them off of drama, then they're there for drama. And if you don't stop doing drama, then they go away. You
Uh,
know,
that thing you were talking about, that person, I actually had his thing right here. Oh my lord, these people are so retarded. This is why I had to take a step back from bringing all these indie people on. It was because I didn't really like them. They had a lot of people had to have these like specialized cliques and everything. I thought that was really gay. And then I was like barely ever mentioned in like promoting people when I literally spent days, hours of Iron Man podcast episodes promoting people. But it's whatever. It's all good. It's okay. So this was Tony's. So Tony was replying to something that Tyler put out as a marketing 101. Then Tony, oh my god, it's so small. Jeez. Let me make this bigger, like, because I know my wife likes that. Let's go 200 on that one. I'll make this. I'll put it back regular size when we do the video. He said so. Tyler had a market 101, and Tony was like, "This is how you actually market 101." Okay, all right, dude. The guy who doesn't sell any books telling you how to market. It's fucking ridiculous, right? How to actually market 101. Make a damn good comic first. Already right there. That's like a no shit Sherlock kind of thing. That's like when someone says, "Hey, you should probably shower before you go outside." That should just be non-explanatory in any way possible. Because I'm pretty sure, I will say this, even people that I do not like at all, I don't think they'd go out of their way to make an awful book. I don't think that's actually the intention at all.
It's the problem with that statement is make a damn good comic first. It's very pretentious because good is dependent on the reader and the person who's buying the material. If I have a book that by professional standards is not great, but I have 2,000 people buying it, and you have a book that is pro as hell and only 1,000 people buy it, then who has a better book if we're talking about marketing? So good is kind of like the pretentious.
Also, it doesn't even matter in this kind of space, because since everyone's making their own stuff, of course they're going to tell you their stuff is good. That's just going to just, no one's going to straight up say my shit is trash.
And even a trashy book is usually made by someone who's busting their ass. They're just not good yet. They're just learning. They're just trying. So just the whole good thing is like make a good comic first. I mean, that's subjective. That doesn't make any real sense to this whole situation. You're you're acting like there's some kind of panel that just determines this is a good book. But if I can make a book that you think is shit, but I sell it, well then who the fuck are you to tell me my book is not good? So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with that whole thing. It just sounds pretentious to me. It's
the
like,
second one is figure out who it's for second. That is just a huge question mark. No one really knows who their book is for unless it's specifically genre based. Most people, when they start this, whether you're being an indie novelist or not, sorry, indie novelist, when you're writing indie novels as an author or you're doing indie comic books, you finding out who it's for is like not really an afterthought. People kind of have an idea of what kind of target audience they want, but that's not entirely up to you at all. That's actually just random. It's just super random. That is not controllable at all, honestly.
I think what I like, see, because I agree with this one on some levels, because it's like make the book that you want, and then once you've got the book made, then if you're going to go to marketing, you have to figure out, okay, who wants to read this book? Who is the audience that would want to read it? Like when I look at my book, okay, so anthropomorphic characters, PG-13, humor, Aqua Teen Hunger Force fans, so possibly like 16 to 40-year-olds, probably. I'm guessing more of a male audience, stuff like that. And it's kind of like finding out. Now what Tyler's talking about is like, okay, I want to target this audience, so I'm going to make a book that makes sure they hit that target audience. And that's kind of like where he's coming from. But what Tony James is saying here is like make your book and then figure out who's it's for so you can do your marketing.
Yeah, you should probably figure out who your book's for before you even start doing anything. Like that's trying to pin down your target demographic.
Yeah.
And the theory is use Kickstarter. It's a marketing funnel. Like no shit. Use a crowdfunding website. That's just literally no shit, Sherlock. Okay. No comic, no mailing list. No, you should definitely have a mailing list. Because why you have one, with whether you're an indie author or you're an indie comic book maker, is because you're essentially kind of doing what movies do when they put out trailers. What are trailers used for? They're used for advertising and gauging interest in the product. So if you don't have something to gauge actual interest, then you're kind of just throwing your product out there with no actual promotion, that's mailing lists are just free marketing anyway. You just get people to sign up using their email list. That's just free marketing anyway. There's no reason not to have it, and Google does them for free. That's just kind of stupid. Like there was a guy I remember. Oh my goodness, he does Infantile Chronicles. He said that if he had basically like Rini told him, "Hey, you kind of launched your book without no one knowing, and you're kind of doing worse than I thought." Well, yeah, if you kind of launch things randomly, you're gonna get random results. You could have the best results, you could have the worst results. 5 is sell at local cons, build connections. Once again, no shit. Everyone should be doing that. Everyone already knows to do that. These aren't new things. These are just basic shing. Like things study past Kickstarter to improve, but everyone wants their books on Kickstarter though. What are you studying past it? You just make a crowdfunder and you just put it up. What are you studying? There's no studying in this. Unless you're literally, I don't know, you're a college professor and you're just sitting there going, let's drop it on this day when there's less booby books. 7 is don't build a site for 2 books. I mean, that one is kind of agreeable, I guess. You don't websites cost quite a bit of money, so you shouldn't really have one until you have something like actually
You can use a
basically
free one,
sufficient.
like you can use a free one
Yeah,
like Gumroad, and
yeah.
have orders put through there for your book. I probably should start a Gumroad just because it's free. You could do a Shopify for like $10 a month, I think, the bare bones basic one.
He said, but
Um,
his marketing advice is generic and impractical. No, that's what yours was. That's yours. That's just all right. That's just projection. Building funnels before making a comic is wild. My advice isn't perfect. It's terrible, but it reflects how real indie creators grow. I'm gonna press exit down on that one. If his advice worked, he'd be killing it. Yeah, Tyler's
well,
books are making quite a bit of money.
Tyler is killing it. He's doing like 4 books a year, and each one is making 5 digits.
Yeah,
So he's making 10, 15, 18, I think 20,000 on some. And he's doing like 5 of them. I believe he's got the Bullet Assassin, Super Plumber Sisters, and
the girl with the mega fist.
Girl with the Mega Fist. And then there's one other one
He had
too. But I
that
can't think of it.
Cthulhu murder mystery book that came out a while ago.
Yeah, that one was just a one-off, I believe. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe two. But that one didn't do as
yeah, you're
great
right.
as
He
the other one.
has the girl with the mega fist, the super sexy plumber sisters, the Academia Witch one.
Oh yeah, Academia Witch
Yeah, and
and
he's
the
fulfilling
Bullet
them
Assassin.
on
Yeah,
time, and he's
he's
doing draw
fulfilling them.
streams that do pretty well on viewership. I wouldn't listen to nothing that guy says. That guy sounds like a fucking loser, honestly.
Well, he's real pretentious and he's very bitter and he doesn't take any kind of criticism well. He doesn't like anyone disagreeing with his what he says.
So he's a
And
mini EVS.
yeah, he like when him and Tyler first got into it, he was like blowing up Tyler's DMs. He's one of those types that just sends like threatening DMs, just goes off and crazy. He's done it to multiple people. So like, it's just he's just bitter. It happens though. You put in a lot of work and the stuff doesn't sell like you want it to, and you feel like you've got an excellent, great, wonderful product, and it just you start getting this chip on your shoulder, especially if you hang around Twitter, and especially if you interact with other comic creators, because the whole comic creator community, or whatever they call that gaggle fuck, is really, really just destructive and really negative. at times. I mean, I've met some cool people through it. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but the actual online Twitterverse, Ripperverse versus Comicsgate,
And like Mike and
the
Mindy,
oh
they are just going crazy. Mike has been
well
going crazy with the posts recently.
oh
Oh
yeah,
my
well they got
goodness.
a campaign coming up, so every time a campaign comes up, they start amping up the drama because
Mhm.
that gets them eyes on their books, and then they'll put out what is it, Darth, uh,
Lady Darth, that's the
Lady
next one.
Darth,
Yeah. And their
and
books
it'll
do
make
very well. I mean, it's
30, 40 thousand
I'm not
dollars.
knocking on them. Their books make
Yeah,
quite a bit of money, but it's just there's a certain tactics that Mike does, and I'm like, all right, Mike, you know what you're doing. I get
well,
it. You know,
Mike is Rush Limbaugh. Mike is the Hannity. He goes out there and causes controversy, and he gets eyes on him and gets eyes on his book. And right now, him and his wife Mindy, who's a very talented artist, they're killing it on Kickstarter. Now, you like their books, you don't. You like their text, you don't. But the bare bottom truth is they're killing it. I don't like the way they conduct business. I've had people that are friends of mine that have been on the bad end of their campaigns of where they go after people, and it's I don't like any of that kind of that marketing. I don't. It's the things that turns me away from indie
mhm.
comics is that kind of the stuff, the EVS, the Wheelers, that kind of constant fighting is just it's not productive.
Well,
It's
there was a post that Mike had recently where it was like, hey, if you do this, you're a hobbyist versus you're a creator. Though those kind of it's nothing against Mike. I don't hate Mike, but it's just those kind of arguments are just so semantical. They don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You know,
well, those
like
are only made to create clicks.
engagement. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
engagement. It's kind of like a really weird hill to stand on, and you're trying to figure yourself like, well, why do you even care? Why would you even say that? But the only reason why you say that it's because you want to get people active. It's like it's like me going on there and typing on Twitter. Um, if you're right-handed artists are better than left-handed artists because left-handed artists are shitty or whatever, it doesn't make any sense. It's kind of a weird argument. It comes out of nowhere, and it's all it's there is to piss people off, where they're going to be all, "Hey, what are you talking about? I work hard on my comic book, and I have a job, and just because I have a job doesn't mean I'm not a professional." Like, guys, don't let him rile you up. He's just
Yeah, yeah, those posts recently have been making. Hey, I gotta
yeah.
give it to him. They've really got a lot of people cooking in there. It's like
Oh
he
yeah, he's
basically
good at it.
there was one where he put out recently where it was if your book isn't selling, it's probably because your book sucks. The comments.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a master at it, and it gets him where he needs to go. So
Yeah, yeah. So some of those arguments, I don't. The reason why I stopped getting into them is because they're just too semantical. It's like, well, if someone creates comic books as a hobby, you can be a comic book creator that does it as a hobby. It doesn't have to. It's not a one to one comparison. It's literally
yeah,
it's not. That'd be either or. You know, some people do these things as hobbies. Some of them do this as a full time gig, but
yeah.
there's no real reason to be knocking either one because it doesn't really matter. It's like those things that literally don't matter as much as you talk about them because they have no intrinsic they have no intrinsic meaning on anything. It's just
Yeah,
because what do those conversations do other than just kind of shit on someone? And I
that's
like
all it is.
trash
Yeah,
talking, but that's just kind of useless trash talk. It's like, oh, you do comic books for a hobby, I do them for full time. All right, cool. Like,
yeah.
what do you want me to do with it?
It's just
What do I do with that
yeah,
information though? I don't know what
yeah.
all right, congrats. Fuck. Like, I don't know.
Yes, I work a job where I put in 30 hours, maybe 40 hours a week on, but I put in 50 to 60 in comics. I stay up late. My hands killing me. I draw comics. I work full time, part time, full time. But I mean, if you want to call me a hobbyist, go ahead. I've been published multiple times. I've been in anthologies. I have three, soon to be four of my own books. You know, I don't really give a shit what some asshole over the internet wants to call me. That's just an opinion purely made to get clicks and views and to help boost you on the algorithm so more people will see your porn parody. So
It's
yeah,
like when someone just brags about their rank in video games. Hey, I hit fucking platinum. You're a bronze.
Yeah, like if you don't like Dark Souls, then you're just a lame tourist pussy gamer. It's like, come on, guys, who gives a shit?
Like, I don't mind. Like, I love trash talk, but it's that kind of trash talk that's I don't really care. The reason I don't care for it is because it's so useless and stupid. Oh, you're not as good as gamer because you don't think this game is good. Like, what does that even mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
Is this? It's like the whole. It's like if I said you're not a real pizza fan because you just like pineapple on pizza. It's like, all right, I
yeah.
guess.
Okay, sure.
Well, to say, like, am I supposed to break it down why having a hobby is good lord? But get into our topics here in just a moment. I have it all set up now, so we'll be in topic mode for a second. Oh God, this one's too degenerate. I hate it. Guys, I promise, if I can't keep a straight face during the video, you'll know I've just lost it. This is debatably one of the weirdest videos I've ever did in my entire life. And this is
this is like, oh, this is awesome. I can't
God,
wait. This is the
fuck,
best topic you've done yet.
get through it. Fucking hell. Ah, why does it have to happen? I can't even use her in thumbnails because her tits are out always. I might flag the fucking thumbnail for nudity. Boobs are just gigantic.
Wow, they're lovely.
There was one where she was talking about her matching bra and underwear set. I was like, oh God. Oh, damn. Don't do this to me. That shit had like 10 million bookmarks. We're weird human beings. We don't deserve life.
Oh fuck!
God,
Oh
man.
fuck!
All right. Oh,
You're
fucking hell.
just sad people. You're so
We're
sad.
actually literally sad, depressed individuals. We literally have no life.
Hi, Miss Sparkles.
Let's see. Miss Sparkles, who's that?
Miss
Oh,
Sparkles.
fucking hell. Jeez, I'm too tired tonight. I'm only here for Warren. Yeah, me too, bastard. All right. We're gonna try to do this.
Okay, focus. We got this.
Fuck. Oh, now the only thing on my mind is fucking white women and big tits. God damn it.
It's Miss Sparkles arrived.
Why does this have to happen? Why
for
is these people
the video. This is
degenerate?
awesome.
I don't get it. You guys are weird people out there. You need to literally go outside, feel the sun, burn on it. Whatever, it's fine.
Why? That's terrible.
I'm black, so sun already did its own damage to me. Fucking hell. One sec. I already bookmarked that. All right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag Team, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney releasing a bar of soap through Dr. Squash. Yep, that's exactly what this video is going to be about. The Sydney Sweeney, fucking hell. So stupid. This is too degenerate, man.
This is awesome.
Oh my fucking god. Hold on.
So tell us more about this. Are we restarting?
No, I have to do one because I messed up on one thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
I actually put the wrong second topic, but the second topic is dudes are weird. That's the second topic.
I thought it was Superman projections. What?
No. It's messed up in one place or the other. That's it. I just gotta go on Twitter really quickly and change it really quickly. Guys, don't worry. We'll get through this. Damn, what? This is not fair. This is so not fair. Imagine this. One of the Sasuke sisters didn't go to the Vegas meetup. I only got a chance to meet Jin, which was amazing. That lady was really soft. God damn. Women are just soft. I love it. Then the sister comes. And the sister's all looking really, oh my god. I feel like my life is treated like some episode of 2.5 Men. They're treating me like Alan or something. God, man. Women are too soft. And I love it. All right. As we all are. Yep. Okay. Let's get this right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney releasing a bar of soap through the soap production company in my asshole.
Strike two.
That's strike two. Damn,
That's
we're done.
strike two.
Nope.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
All right. So I already roasted myself. All right. We're being serious. All jokes aside, I'm going to purge my brain of white women. They are a distraction. Getting it all in and releasing it. Wait, that's not what we need to happen in the video. That's not happening. Nothing's getting released here. All right, I'm joking. I have to entertain you guys, and this is quality content. All right, both topics. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. That's what Warren wants to do to Sydney Sweeney. Jesus Christ. All right, so boo this man. I hate all of you. All of you guys are dirty, filthy, ridiculous clout chasers. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney releasing a bar of soap through the company Dr. Squash. So this is a story that actually came out basically out of nowhere, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, do I actually cover this in a video? Because this might be one of the weirdest things I've ever talked about in a video as a topic on this channel. So as you guys know, for the MSK show, we do the videos kind of like in a live sort of format. Then you guys basically get like the clipped version of the videos because, you know, some people might not want to watch the podcast live or watch podcasts at all. So they just basically, you know, watch the clipped content out of it. You know, it's much more easier and digestible having it for two audiences or if they're into one. Now, when I first heard of this story, I'm thinking to myself, hey, Sydney Sweeney's in the news. Her tits are ginormous. They're very, very good looking, you know. Her too, you know, but the boobs are just goddamn out of this world. Holy shit. And she is very attractive too. Not just because of her tits. She herself was actually very attractive as well. And you guys know me. I love the white women. I love the snow bunnies. Woo! Like, if I had to rank top 3 women for me, it'd be like white women, Mexican women, and like Asian women. Those are like my top 3. Black girls are on the bottom. So fuck them, right? So this was a story that I was sitting there thinking to myself, wow, this is actually happening because she literally knows all of you guys out there that love her would buy this. So this is kind of like what happened with like Belle Delphine a long time ago. She was selling her bath water. Amaranth was selling farts in a jar. That water is already fucking disgusting. You guys
They
are
ruined
such
Twitch.
losers. Just think about this. Belle Delphine selling her bathwater was already disgusting. Okay, but Amaranth went. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
Save Martha!
My brain fried. I was thinking about boobies too much. You've shown horse porn. That's not true. That's disgusting. All right. So let's have some fun here. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Sydney Sweeney releasing a bar of soap through the company Dr. Squash. So I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of Sydney Sweeney and Dr. Squash. So Sydney Sweeney is a very hot, attractive, white female actress in Hollywood. She's been a part of that TV show Euphoria. She was in Madam Web. She was in a romance movie with Glenn Powell, the guy who was in Top Gun Maverick, portraying the son of the character who died in the first movies, family actually. And yeah, most people just like Cindy Toon just because she's very, very hot and she has big tits. I mean, people know like she's had like roles in Hollywood, but people don't really ever talk about like her acting. It's literally I like Cindy Toon because she's hot. Well, that's like girls. You like girls because they're hot. Let's be honest here. We mostly like women because they look attractive and we want to have sex with them, not because their personalities or anything actually good. If we're being honest here, you know. So Sydney Sweeney obviously did a massive disservice by the movie Madam Web for covering up those giant things, and she literally has so many Instagram followers, guys. I accidentally follow her Instagram account because that's just who I am. I'm a top G for a reason.
Well, she's
And
single now, so
yeah, so the last two things she did in the news that were big was when she basically called out the women of Hollywood, where she basically had an interview where she basically said like the women of Hollywood on Twitter, on social media, and other places like that on the internet will be like all rah women this, women that, but behind the scenes they're just pieces of shit. They really don't actually like how did she say it? She basically mentioned that they're not shit. That all the things that women are saying in Hollywood are just being in that moment where you're just virtue signaling to keep your job. So that was a big thing for a while there when she called out a bunch of people on that. And then after that, yeah, she had basically said that she's not going to get married to her longtime fiance. Yeah, like, people said she was a whore for it. I mean, I don't want to agree with that, but if a woman her age is not trying to settle down, like she's going to hit a wall eventually. When she hits like 35, guys, she's not going to look as good. I mean, women usually typically age worse than we do. So, I mean, I'm not saying you guys aren't wrong about that. What I'm saying is, like, I could understand why she's doing it because this is what women her age do. They don't want to get settled down. They don't want to have kids. And then when they hit like 30, 40, they look, where'd all the good men go? I guarantee you. And I like this girl. She's really attractive. But you know this too, dude. You've been around a long time. 10 years from now, she's gonna be on those David Letterman shows, those night shows and shit. He's gonna ask her, "Why aren't you married yet, Sydney?" Oh, there's just no good men anymore. It's like, fuck out of here, bitch. Literally, get the fuck out of here. So, like, that's the only thing she's been in the news recently. She's getting
she's
casted, I think, in the Gundam movie.
Yeah, and she's also starring as Barbarella in a Barbarella remake too. So yeah, she's got some stuff coming out. Yeah, she's gonna be starring in the Gundam film, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the last things that I knew that she was
There was
doing.
rumors that she was gonna play Felicia.
Those were big rumors that she was going to portray Felicia Hardy in the MCU.
Black Cat.
If she had ever gotten casted at Black Cat, that would have been an actual slam dunk casting. Not the one recently of the rumor where you have a Looney Tune that could portray Zelda. Not that kind of video, guys, but one is a slam dunk casting and one would have been an absolute atrocious casting. But Dr. Squash is basically that company that basically just sells soaps and they sell like things to keep your body clean. Similar to that company where you can shave your balls, like Manscaped, So this is the actual title of the video you guys actually read when you guys saw me upload this video. So as you guys know, when I upload these videos, they're done in a live format on the MSK show because there's people out there that, they don't watch podcasts or care for podcasts. They just watch the videos. And there's people out there that watch both. And there's one that watched one or the other. Doesn't matter. I cater to all the audiences. So when you guys see this video uploaded, I'm not joking. I'm not a degenerate. I'm not buying this, but this is very weird. So Belle Delphine did this. She sold her bathwater. Then Amaranth sold farts in a jar. Okay, bathwater is disgusting. Why in the world would a dude want a bitch to fart in a jar and send it to him? That's just weird. That's weird. Then if you guys have heard about the request that OnlyFans girls get, there was a dude that requested a girl's shit in Tupperware and sent it to him. How down bad?
Hey, there's a fetish for everybody. So
why would I want to look at a girl's Just pointing out there, a dude wanted a girl to shit in some Tupperware and send it to him. Like have you ever sent something to everyone here has grown up, they've sent shit to the post office. You're not supposed to send hazardous stuff through the post office. How are you sending that to someone? You can't send like hazardous shit through the post office. Just imagine someone inspecting that shit. And it smells like imagine opening a case. It's just a girl's shit and
Send it through the X-ray. Sir, that looks like a pile of shit.
remember when you go up and pay the shipping to send an item to the post office, they're like, is there anything liquid or hazardous? Yeah, that's major hazardous right there. There's a girl's shit in that box. So I'm not kidding, guys. This lady got into a collaboration with Dr. Squatch to sell a bar of soap made from her bathwater.
This is the most high-profile bathwater seller ever. Like, this is a Hollywood starlet on the rise, and she's selling her bathwater through a major corporation soap product. This is first all the way around.
I'll be honest here. I felt like there was going to be a collab of this some sort because on her Instagram page, she had been kind of alluding to it weirdly enough. And I accidentally follow her because,
Oh, yeah.
I was told to. It was the algorithm. Yeah. They put me onto it. So if you guys haven't seen her Instagram page, this is her Instagram page. Holy shit.
About 65% of them are going to buy soap.
Yep. And this is her. Oh, God.
She put out a comic book.
If she put out a comic book, that shit's literally making that's making more than Ice on #1. That shit's making $5 million easy. I'm not kidding. She puts out a comic book, that shit's gonna kill it. So
she cosplays as the main character on the cover.
So she'll post these compilation photo shoots of herself. She doesn't post one at a time like she used to. She does these collage ones where it's just a gallery in order of them. Oh my goodness! This one I wasn't a fan of.
In the Caribbean.
Yeah, that one I wasn't a fan of. There's way better ones she's posted. Like this one. There's a lot of these are very
Well, she spends a lot of time at the beach.
Yeah,
not
with
that
her
I
clothes
blame her.
off. Fucking whore. Damn, jeez, fuck. Wow. Ooh. Interesting. Got some very very nice assets there.
Yeah, some Sweeney cake.
Yeah, that's some cakes. This is my favorite one right there. That's a favorite one right there. Oh my god. This should be illegal from the internet. God, that's crazy. You guys out there, if you buy a bitch's bathwater, you're a loser. Just point it out there.
But now I can pick up her bathwater at Target, apparently. So
you know what's crazy? To get free views off this, I would have to basically do a shower stream with James. Just imagine that. Me and James doing a shower stream, and then he gives me the Dr. Squatch Sydney Sweeney soap to clean myself off.
That's for your OnlyFans. That's not for YouTube. You can't put that crap on YouTube.
What kind of idiot, what kind of weirdo would be like, hey, those YouTube thumbnails, hey, I just bought Sydney Sweeney's new bar of soap. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Sydney Sweeney's new soap collab will be made with her actual bathwater.
Wow.
Bring out the weirdos.
And it's the Hollywood Reporter. It's not like it's a weird internet site. No, this is somewhat established news source, I guess.
I love how the caption right there is "Bring out the weirdos." That's an actual understatement.
Well, yeah. Let's play some marketing. Who is Dr. Squatch's target audience? Sydney Sweeney Sips? People who like bathwater from hot women? Incels?
Dr. Squatch's fucking target audience is men between the ages of 10 to 50. Men like Sydney Sweeney. Yeah. How much do they like her? Well, men's personal hygiene company, Dr. Squatch, is making a new soap with a secret ingredient, Sydney Sweeney's actual bathwater. For real. This person who wrote this is also in such disbelief. Oh, God. You kept asking about my bathwater after the Dr. Squatch ad, so we kept it. Sweeney, it was part of Euphoria, The White Lotus season 1, posted to her Instagram account on Thursday called Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater's. Good Lord, I can't read this with a straight face. Called Sydney's Bathwater Bliss the Brick, what Dr. Squatch calls its soap bars. It's a very real, very limited edition soap made with my actual bathwater, Sydney wrote.
Well, see, that was my second question. Was like, so this must not be a mass production thing because they're like,
Apparently,
we need
there's
you to
only going to be
take
5,000 of them.
It's like we need you to take 20 baths a day, Sydney, because we need some water to mass produce.
Yeah.
This
They needed her to take 2 baths a day for that. Fucking weirdos, man. Yeah, just please clean yourself off in my tub one more time. Yeah, you didn't really get that spot under your fucking tits. Shit. Why do this? Well, you know why. Because men are gross. So now they can cleanse themselves, well, their skin at least, with saponified oils of olive, sustainable palm and coconut, shea butter, natural fragrance, Sydney's bathwater, sand, mica, canola, clay, and sea salt. God knows what else they'll do it with. Dr. Squatches calls Sydney's bathwater one of nature's finest aphrodisiacs.
Somebody tells me Dr. Squatch is a bit of a freak himself.
What in the world? Don't try to check us out on that men are gross thing. First of all, I'm a man and I'm gross. But more relevant here are the multiple fan letters to Dr. Squatch asking for this exact product and definitely asking for worse things. Here's a relatively tame one. This one random guy DM'd Dr. Squatch and said, I promise to stop drinking the bathwater if you sell me the extra Sydney bathwater, please. Please, I love you. I want to be a Squatch when I grow up.
Wow.
Shit. There's more.
This is one of the signs of the apocalypse, I think. This shows you that America's time.
Is that Jesus meme where it says flooded again?
Yeah, it's America's time is coming to an end. Rome is burning.
This is another one. So I couldn't see the other ones because the font is like, this guy wrote a love letter. Oh my God. Okay, so this guy says, so when you guys are watching this video, I'm looking at this screen to read it because it's a little too small and there's a font on my first monitor. My name is Connor and I run a small farm specializing in bonsai trees. I'll cut to the chase. First of all, why didn't you whatever? I'm good. I'm just not doing this right now. Do you have any extra bathwater from your recent collab with Sydney Sweeney? This is a serious inquiry, though I'm not that serious a guy. Haha. I grow some of the most impressive bonsai trees in the States, and I've been raising one that is my absolute pride and joy. I want to water my bonsai with Sydney's bathwater
bonsai
so that I can make it the most beautiful tiny tree this world has ever seen. Would you consider helping me out? I'd be willing to pay you with a bonsai of your own. Let's make a bonsai history together, dudes. Keep squatching.
My God.
This was a who writes letters like a loser. Greetings. You sell bathwater soap? Who starts like what? 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 You sell bathwater soap. Do you have the bathwater for purchase? I'm a legitimate buyer. The intended purpose of attaining the liquid is to use it as eye drops.
That's how you get pink eye.
That's how you get AIDS. As my eyes are quite large and prone to drying, I will offer $40K. Please respond.
That's $400,000.
Did you guys use all the bathwater for the soap, or is there any left over? I'm just wondering because I consider myself somewhat of a water. What?
I don't even know what that is.
Sommelier?
Sommelier?
So I was interested in buying some if you have it to sell. This sounds like a fucking meme from the first Spider movie. I'm something of a water sommelier myself. Like, what? What? I want to drink.
But not in a creepy way. I want to drink her bathwater, but not in a creepy way. I drink all sorts of water and review it. It's not in a creepy way. If you feel it's creepy, just know I'm really like a scientific about my reviews and not creepy at all. Like I could taste her butthole. Like what is? Oh my god!
That's so. That's so. Oh, literally for. I want to drink it. Ah, just so gross. So let me know if it's for sale or anything, or if I could like get it somehow. Again, not in a creepy way, more just like in a curious. My phone.
You got to read this in a creepy voice if you're gonna do
No
it.
one calling that dude.
Yeah.
No one calling that weirdo. Unfortunately, there's a lot more where that came from. Swipe right on the post. Clearly, the personal care company and Sweeney, whom Dr. Squatch calls a legend for this, are leaning in. Days ago, the collab was teased by a Dr. Squatch post that read, "Want to take a shower with Sydney Sweeney?" Oh, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Ugh. Well, come on, June 6th, you can. Sort of. The medium grit bar soap has refreshing notes of pine, Douglas fir, and earthly moss per the manufacturer. Naturally, Dr. Squatch named the scent morning wood. I lost for words. Literally lost for words.
Oh,
Sydney's bathwater bliss is a perfect combination of the two best places on the planet, the outdoors and Sydney Sweeney's bathtub. The company continued. It appears that 100 creeps, lucky winners, will get a brick made with Sydney Sweeney's actual bathwater. To win one, you have to be 18 years or older. This bath soap couldn't get pornier. The rest of you can buy a bar next week for $8.
oh my goodness.
Oh my god. I'm just so lost for words.
Yeah, this is the end. This is the end of man. America's falling. The world's going to end. We're, major corporations are now selling starlit bathwater. Yeah, it's over.
Where's the actual ad? I need to see the actual ad.
So it sounds like they did an ad with her in a bathtub, and they're going to take the water from that bathtub and put it into the soaps.
Oh yeah, she had to get real clean.
Yeah, so
Filthy
it's not
whore.
like she washed herself off. She was probably wearing a bikini in it or something when they
Probably, yeah.
did the commercial. So yeah, I don't know. This is probably one of the greater PR deals that they probably pulled off. This is actually pretty.
We
I
need to
don't know
read the
though.
comments. We need to read the comments under this thing. I'm pretty sure this shit is gold. These comments usually just have me in tears. Oh my
It has to
goodness.
be good.
All right. Every day we stray for.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine being down bad enough to buy this. Sydney, honey, I love you, but I don't know about this. Why an A-lister acting like an OnlyFans? She's not an A-list actor. No one ever talks about her acting in anything. She hasn't been. No one goes on Twitter and goes, "Damn, I really like the way Sydney Sweeney acted in this scene."
WZ had the best comment of the night. But the optimistic side of me thinks a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players will finally buy some soap.
Magic players will finally buy soap. I agree. We're so cooked. This is edible, right? That's nasty. It's actually disgusting. You can go to
Oh,
jail. This is the only way we're gonna get dudes to shower. You know what? If she contributes to dudes' hygiene better, then I guess that's good for something.
There are
No
going
way
to
this
be
is
some
real.
really, really disgusting incels who finally take a bath.
Can we not normalize this? Hey, so let's be serious. Oh shit. God forgive us for we know exactly what we do.
Yes.
Let's keep,
Oh, this
your
is why
bills
floods
cannot be
happen.
that high. Oh God. I hope you had fun in the water. Unfollowed. It's dehumanizing when men sexualizing me. Also, Sydney Sweeney built a career with a role featuring constant nudity. Yeah, it's crazy how men are sexualizing me, as she literally is basically half naked in every single picture. Because that's what women logic is. No sense of reality or actual like competency. They're just fucking stupid.
Oh, she's gonna make millions. I'm surprised it's only $8 for a limited run. You can get 50 out of these dudes.
She should just make a comic book. Literally make a comic book. And I want to see how much money she's gonna make. God. Well, crazy. This was a topic. I'm trying to space my thoughts out and not try to think about railing Sydney Sweeney in my brain because I have standards. Obviously, I don't. Love Sparks Warren, do you have any thoughts and opinions on Sydney Sweeney releasing a bar of soap through Dr. Squash called Bathwater Bliss, made with her bathwater? I can't believe I actually just said that straight to another human being.
I
Crazy.
can't believe that this is real. Like this is just like oh my god. Like I really do. It's like this is the end times. Like we
I'm
are
really just lost for words.
I am.
I don't know what to say. You guys out there are losers. Like you guys are beg. The only way you'd ever be around her is if you have her bathwater.
Oh yeah, it's I mean I don't know what to say to this. Honestly, I don't know what to say to this.
You guys are losers. You're
I
literally
mean,
losers.
I think Sydney Sweeney's hot, but
yeah,
this does not seem like if I was her PR manager, I'd be all like, you know what the hell are you doing, girl? Like
yeah.
You need to stop this. Just put sexy pictures on your Instagram and make movies. Don't ruin what you're building by doing this.
Yeah, like, oh my god. Alinity was doing some poses on Instagram. Man, Instagram is literally just full of thoughts. Oh my god.
They took over Twitch too. Twitch is supposed to be for video games. You go on there, and there's a bunch of hot chicks in bikinis dancing in bath or little kiddie pools filled with fucking baby oil. It's just weird.
I promise you guys, you're better than this. You can do better than you need to resist these thoughts. You need to resist these thoughts. Stop giving them money. They don't like you. I mean, I can guarantee you they have these little groups on whatever social media platform that they use, and they probably talk the maddest shit about you. People that literally give them millions of dollars. I guarantee you they talk the maddest. They call you a loser. They call you a simp. They probably call you a fucking sucker.
No, she said I was her boyfriend. That's why I sent her $50 a month. What are you talking about?
Oh God. Just crazy. Just stop it. You guys need to stop and get some help. And no, that doesn't mean start going to me for like women that don't do what she's doing. Because some people are like, oh, is Brett Cooper single? No, Brett Cooper's taken because Brett Cooper's insanely attractive. Think about it. I will say this: the hotter the girl, the more likely that this woman's taken. Let's just say that. That's like a rule of thumb, essentially.
Are we going to see a Squatch soapbox in your background on your on your shelf there?
If I ever buy that, I need you guys to just take over my YouTube channel and just do content for me. I'll just pay you to do it at that point. You guys are just so down bad. Holy fuck.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Well, my closing thoughts on this is you guys are all losers. You need to resist thoughts. You need to do that first. You can watch their videos. I don't care, but just stop thinking you're in love with them. You're not in love. You are infatuated. You're like lusting after them if you don't use a biblical term, you know. You're not their boyfriend. They have a boyfriend. They're taking his dick into their back door or their other wet area every night. Face ass up, face down like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, face down position. They're not thinking of you in any way. Being proud to be their top donor is not a good thing at all. Okay? I know those guys out there go, oh, I'm our top donor. Loser. You're a fucking loser. Okay? Like, these girls are definitely taking it in the ass right now when they're not on stream. Other than that, if you buy this, that's about as good as buying those vagina flavored chips. I'm not kidding. There's actual vagina flavored chips.
What?
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
All the
vagina
cool
flavored chips.
stuff I will find out on your show, MSK. This is amazing.
That's not good. This is not good. Flood it all again.
What kind of dip would you use with vagina chips?
I would use a flamethrower.
Spicy cheese, or would you go with a ranch?
I would use flamethrower. Get a flamethrower. Torch. So,
I wouldn't want to use sour cream with vagina chips because that just sounds wrong.
God. Oh, wait. Before we go, we have to look at what are those vagina flavored chips? I forgot. Vagina. I can't remember the actual them.
They're called Horitos.
The story pussy flavored chips. They're just called Chaz.
Get you cheesy Chaz.
Oh God. They're literally called Chaz chips. Oh God. Oh my God. Here, I'll show you guys what they look like because I know this I actually typed into my YouTube search history vagina flavored chips. I lose your virginity with kettle chips Chaz.
Oh, they're kettle chips too? I hate kettle chips.
I'm not scrolling down. There ought to be a girl choking on some
You're gonna
dick
get
there.
us kicked off the YouTube. You get another channel canceled.
God, I'm not scrolling down that. That's all.
You get my channel canceled. I'm not even on it right now.
So yeah, I don't even know what to say to you guys. You guys are pathetic. You guys out there are literally pathetic. I swear, and I always love shitting on women, and I do love shitting on women, but these dudes out there are like, why can't I get a girl? If you're begging to have a girl's bathwater and soap, it's like that dude that's like saying they're a Riz master. Not me, but like there's guys out there that'll be like, dude, I can't Riz up a girl. Then their Riz is like, do you have any brothers and sisters? Do you like music? And they wonder why girls ain't talking to them back. Like, I do blame women for all the problems because they're just complete garbage. But you guys out there, you men, oh my God, you guys are. I wonder why you're all virgins at 30 years old. You guys are pathetic. Holy shit. But yeah, so fuck it. I guess this is what life is. Flooded again, God, if you even exist. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. I'm sorry if you guys watched the stream back and I had to do that video 3 times. I couldn't. My face. I was trying not to laugh so hard in that video. Holy crap. God.
That one took a bit to get going.
It's not true. It's not true.
You did say you like shit on women, so you know they call that Scheiße in German.
There's literally a Spanish drink called horchatas.
Horchatas.
Like you could go up to a girl and be like, "You're one glass short of a horchata." That's how you riz a girl up. Not like, do you like Eminem? What?
So do you come here often to the bookstore? Do you like to read books?
Do you go to Walmart? What? God.
That's you have some nice shoes.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's so cute. They released a video of David Cornsweet interacting with the kids on the Superman film set where they had to meet him.
Oh, hey, that's a good point. How did the gym date go?
Oh, I'll be honest here. I didn't message her back. I just didn't care.
Oh,
Speaking of my phone,
what are
where's
we
my
going to do
phone?
with you, MSK? Come on now.
Where's my phone? Fuck, I haven't found my phone. I haven't been on my phone forever. It's probably got some. Oh, where's my phone at? Probably have too much porn on it. You talk to the chat for just 1 second.
What is up, chat? How are you doing on this lovely day? He did admit that he likes Shiza videos, so that is true. So we'll just have to clip that for later use. But how's everybody doing? Laps, how are you doing, Emily?
Oh
I
God.
have been good, WC. Just working and doing my comic stuff.
I'll be honest here.
There.
Based off our interactions, it didn't feel like she was that interested. So it's like,
well, it happens.
I just wanted to kind of prove that I could still do it. But from the interaction that we got, I was like, I don't think she's that interested. And I was able to pick up on better body language as I got older. And I was like, she's not interested. And I was like, all right, cool. I just kind of cut my losses. I didn't even bother messaging her. I didn't even care, honestly.
I mean, don't sell yourself short, and don't. But you go with your gut. But at the same time, though, take a risk every once in a while. I mean, Lord knows I need to get out more. But
goodness gracious, how do you survive so many MSK streams? We do it by money.
Pot.
Oh, okay, that works too. No, I just kind of wanted to prove that I could still riz up the ladies because it's not that hard. But because when we were talking about it, I was like, I don't really feel like she's that interested. I was just thinking about it in the back of my head. I was like, this is gonna be like a waste of time. Even if I did message her, because you mind, she hasn't messaged me back since we sent that message at work that was like, hey, did you get this message kind of thing? She didn't even reply back to that. So I was like, this bitch just doesn't care. It's fine. It's all how girls are, It's all good. It's all good. I do not care. Getting a girl is easy. Dude. I got the contact info. That's the part. That's the Riz part. Hey, help me out here, white man. God damn it, man. You guys are no help to me at all.
It's not your fault, MSK. It's okay.
Yeah. It's like you're doing that Family Guy bit. It's not your fault, man.
Your fault. It's not your fault, man. It's okay. Do you need a hug?
I'm gonna cry. Oh god, I'm cry in the corner actually. Making it bigger would be too hard. I'll probably have to make it bigger on my second monitor when we do those videos, because maybe it's too hard 175, because that would look like it did when we used to do them. Because let me kind of preview it really quickly. Let me see. This looks fine on your screen, right? Yeah, looks good. That's 150.
Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah,
good. The story never happened. Laps just made the story up. He was like, "You just delivered pizza to her." What? I don't even know. I hate you people. No, but I haven't thought about it. I don't care. It's fine. It's whatever. Happens. I'm usually a hit with the ladies, but once in a while you strike out. Honestly, I wouldn't really call it striking out. Oh damn, this one's not that bad. But girls are a distraction, and you're better than this. You need to ignore them and focus on the money in your life.
That's what all us single guys without dates say all the time. Yeah, we don't need women.
Yeah. I'm retired. Apparently, Bonnie Blue kissed a dude and told him that's what 1,500. Oh shit! I can't read. I'm joking. No, I saw this thing on Facebook where not Lily Phillips, Bonnie Blue, that fucking whorebag, kissed a dude, and she said that's what 1,057 men taste like.
Oh, that's quite the body count that she has.
She wants to hit 2,000 by the end of the year.
Oh, well, we have to have goals. That's important in life.
Yeah, These are goals. You just be. Goodness gracious! I need to show you guys how much of a whore this bitch is. Really quickly before we get into
is
the
this some
video.
kind of OnlyFans chick or porn star? Or something?
Huh? Shit, porn stars. I've seen a porn video of hers. It was okay. The problem with OnlyFans girls is the reason why porn stars are better is because they've been doing it longer, so they're better at doing the job itself. OnlyFans
They're
girls
more
are like,
professionals. OnlyFans girls are
yeah,
like indie comic book creators. They're
well,
trying hard, but they don't quite have the pro.
it's like they're the girls that think they know how to do everything, but they don't know how to do everything well. She wasn't that bad in her video that I saw, and I was only watching it for science purposes, obviously. But
Obviously, yeah.
yeah, it's
Just
I
like
want
they're
you guys
only
to hear this.
ordering Sweeney soap for science.
That's not me. I ain't ordering that shit. But oh goodness gracious, here, just hear this purposefully.
I mean, if I get sent to prison,
Yeah.
I want to identify as a male, so I could do gangbangs all the time.
I mean, I guess.
Oh,
all
she
right.
looks like a chick who's been with over 1,000 dudes too.
She's the Floyd Mayweather of willies, bruv. But then, if you was to give a number, how many willies have you liked in your life?
I'm getting close to 2,000.
What's your goal though? Like what's levels to you? Like, oh, I'm gonna be in the Guinness Book of World Records when I hit this number.
I think like 10,000. Imagine getting a number of 10,000. Now that'd be something my daddy would be very proud.
We're done. We're done. I can't. That's too much horror in one instance. Now, people say, would I bang her if she? I would. There's no reason not to. But it's like that's if you think you're banging her, you're gonna date her. I'll sell you a bridge on the ocean if we're gonna use that
It's like
logic.
throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
She said she has every guys wear condoms. That's why she hasn't gotten pregnant yet. Then it's like, I press X to doubt on that one. No, I don't know if I trust some girl who said they slept with over 1,000 dudes. I don't know about
She's
that.
probably taking enough like morning after pills to kill an elephant. So I would.
Well, I just don't get it anymore. There's definitely a reason not to do it. You're slipping through the crocodile mile. I mean, like, vaginas kind of come back to the. I can't remember sex talk for people right now. They go back to being tight. I mean, from what I've heard, if you have more than as many partners as she had, you get a little opened up a lot. So you're probably right about that. She's probably opened up quite a bit, but you still have to attempt to put it in. She went on the spree where she talked to dudes and said, "Would you and your friend like to come with me for 2 minutes or pass it to the next person?" She was out here just getting dicked down, bruh. And then she went up to dudes' dads with it. She wanted to have sons and dads blow her out. She said recently she wants to get barely legal girls that just turned like 18, 19 and teach them how to get stretched out. I'm like, imagine a guy saying that. Just imagine a dude saying that.
Jesus
Christ.
She's the Antichrist.
That's when you know women have just gone to the absolute shitter. And other girls will say, "Oh no, that's not all women. All women aren't like that." Then you get a gold digger and she just divorces you and takes all your money. It's like, fuck, all right. So the other option wasn't better either.
I'll show her I don't have any money. So
I'll do one better. I'm already fucking broke. Holy crap. Just you see women like that, you just instantly run. Yeah. All right. Let's get this last video done. Yeah. Labs Comic, he's playing Dark. What's the game he's playing? Doom Dark Ages. That's the game everyone's playing right now.
Yeah, I heard that one's good.
Never listen to this show through the loudspeaker. Yep, that might cause your grandma to have a heart attack. Not kidding. Yeah. I'm
not
a professional.
For children.
Oh God. So let's have some fun. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about James Gunn's Superman movies box office projections. So earlier today, we finally got the early box office projections for James Gunn's Superman movie, which will be coming out in July of 2025. And when it has its opening weekend at the worldwide box office, how much money will this movie actually need to make in order to make profit for Warner Brothers? Because I know everyone knows that we always talk about like movie math around here for a lot of the movies that come out, and you guys have seen the videos. This is the one movie where people have asked me, like, hey, MSK, I know you're not going to like shit on this movie's box office numbers because you like Superman. Not true at all. If the movie literally doesn't make profit for the studio or any realm of actually good box office numbers, I would shit on it. But the average person is so fucking dumb. Keep in mind, I could like the Superman movie and then it could have failed financially for the studio. Do you know what that is, everyone? That's called two things can be true and holding two thoughts in your head at the same time. The average person, dude, I swear to God, has the brain IQ of like 3. They can only keep one thought in their head, and then once that thought is gone, they don't even know how to have a conversation. Like Superman, guys, this movie has to do good. I mean, we've heard the rumblings where it's got to make the studio money. There's no ifs, ands, ors, or buts. Either it makes a lot of money or the plans for this universe are either going to be very slowed down or they're going to be exponentially accelerated. Now, we've gotten basically Creature Commandos. That's like the first thing for the DCU that they released last year leading into this year. So 2024, 2025. Then you have basically Superman by James Gunn. So James Gunn basically said Creature Commandos is the soft launch. Superman would be the big launch. And then Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, has already wrapped filming. Then we have the Lanterns show that is currently filming as well. So I understand what they're doing right now. Just have a few things filmed, have them get ready to be done. So just in case Superman does very well at the box office, then we have stuff coming out in the pipeline that we've already been working on. You'll still get these other movies, even if Superman doesn't do that well, because they've already did them. They're going to put them out. But DC is just kind of really on its last leg if we're talking about it like in a live action format, right? So throughout history, their movies have did fairly up and down. Let's just say that some of them literally have some of the worst box office numbers known to man. Literally, just last year, Joker 2, Joker Folie à Deux, as they call it, failed in a way that pretty much was just crazy to think about, considering what the first movie did back in 2019, right? Then you had The Flash. That is one of the lowest grossing DCEU movies, if not the lowest, next to Blue Beetle. Like, these movies are having historically low box office, not only opening numbers, but just low overall totals when everything's said and done. And it got to a point in the old DCEU where the goodwill was already evaporated. People knew these weren't going to get any good. There's no continuity, no cohesion, no actual structure. And each movie just did worse and worse and worse. And so James Gunn did the thing where he said, hey, it's all over. We're going to have a new universe. Now you're coming into this universe. Now people are very optimistic about this movie. I personally think he's going to do a good job. People constantly ask me about this every day on Twitter, usually. Ever since like that first video I posted with it was an MSK show I did with James. People asked me like, hey, do you think it's gonna be a good movie? I think James Gunn can do a very good job. He did the Guardians movies. I like Guardians 1 a lot. 2 was a little bit weaker. I never saw Guardians 3. I liked Peacemaker season 1. That was very, very good. And I loved his Suicide Squad movie. So I personally feel like he is one of the people, if you want to give him a movie like this, then you probably were going to be a right decision for that. Keep in mind, he was going to do a Superman movie a long time ago, but he opted into doing Suicide Squad because I think he said he felt like it would be easier. So he was always tracked to do a Superman movie, as he said himself. Now he felt like he was more confident to do it. Hey, the guy that gave you the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker season 1, and the Guardians trilogy if you just look at it from a body of work, why wouldn't he be able to do it though? Just from that sample size enough. That's keep in mind. Like, these are ensemble casts too. Like Guardians are literally ensemble casts of a group of characters that you have to give screen time to. Now, when it comes to basically James Gunn's style, I think people gotta understand. Superman kind of needs like slice of life humor. He has a different kind of style compared to Batman, obviously. And that was a problem with the DCEU, which was basically every character's tone in their movie felt like Batman. Now with Superman, like with maybe Shazam, Captain Marvel, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Green Arrow, all of them have different styles of tones in their comic books. Superman needs to have a specific tone and feel compared to Batman, right? So I personally feel like this movie also coming out in July can either hinder it or help it, depending on what we're going to talk about here in just a moment here. So one thing to bring up here is when you release that many big blockbusters in 1 month in July, they kind of like galvanize each other, which means it's like, or should I say, they'll like cannibalize each other. So you put out Fantastic Four first, everyone goes to see that, right? Then everyone goes to see Superman because it's the second best thing that came out, right? Then when Jurassic Park 7 drops, well, Jurassic Park 7 gets all the other people because it just dropped. So when you have this like trickle effect of blockbuster movies that come out, they either take away from all each other or they all prop each other up. That's the problem with it coming out in July. I truly do not think Fantastic Four is going to do anything because if you guys haven't seen the MCU box office numbers recently for their movies, that isn't shit. Fantastic Four is debatably probably going to be a flop by the end of its run, and it's probably only going to make like $500 million. It's only, in my opinion, going to make $100 million more than Brave New World and $200 million more than Thunderbolts. I truly don't think the MCU has no legs and shouldn't be even in the conversation anymore when it comes to this kind of situation. Their movies have literally been failing constantly, just box office wise, if you just want to look at it from that point of view. Jurassic Park 7 is in its own fucking upper echelon. That's just going to make money just because it's fucking dinosaurs, and kids love damn dinosaurs. That's what it is. Kids love them dinosaurs. So Superman, what you need to have happen with it is good word of mouth. If the word of mouth is really good and people like it, numbers will shoot up. The first 2 weeks are very important for this movie because of this movie, when it comes out, has a very similar box office opening 2 weeks to, let's say, a movie like Batman vs. Superman. That's not going to be good, you know?
Have they announced the budget for Superman yet? Has anything
still don't know.
Came out? Still don't know?
Still don't know.
What's the projections?
So we're going to go over that right now. So Superman, I would assume, just based off how much money they've spent on it, from what I've seen in the trailers, because the budget's still not known yet. What do you think the ballpark is at? It's nothing less than $100 million. I would assume it's about 180 minimum.
Yeah, I was going to say between 2 and 250.
Yeah, you got to count marketing, right?
Yeah.
So marketing is easily going to be an extra $100 million. So I think this movie, from marketing and its actual budget that we're kind of theorizing about, is around 280 minimum. So this movie got to be bringing in a lot of money. Like, we're talking like you need at least $100 million potentially for using those numbers.
Yeah, but it's got to do at least probably 700, 800 million.
Yeah. Because James Gunn refuted the claims of it being around $300 million because there were some sources that were claiming it was around $300 million, but he had basically refuted those claims, you know. But given how much we know about like how movie production budgets have ballooned, it can't be anything less than $200 million.
Well,
it can't be.
If there's no reshoots, no rewrites, no drama, no massive names in the actors, I think you could realistically get maybe as low as 150. Because a lot of like the ballooning of these movies has to do with like rewrites and refilming. Like they changed the entire ending to Brave New World. You know, they did massive rewrites to Suicide Squad and re-edits, like the first Suicide Squad. The Superman movies, the Snyderverse ones, were constantly turmoil behind the scenes. So that all balloons budgets. Now, if James Gunn had a really clean shoot and he has stars, but none of these stars are going to be demanding huge or going to be commanding too many high wages, and they're probably signed for multiple films too. I would say this could be a lower end when it comes to budget. So they're not going to have to be as successful as like a Marvel film would have to be because of the ballooning. But at the same time, though, I think this is going to be more successful. I think this is going to outpace Brave New
Just
World.
another thing to tackle on to your point, which was the whole reshoots and everything. So this came out and it said James Gunn is set to deliver a final and locked cut of Superman by next Friday. That will be 5 weeks before its July 11th release date, said to be a major sign of studio satisfaction.
Yeah, so that means nothing.
So they're still doing post-production at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means there's nothing. I mean, it's going to be done, wrapped up. Everyone's happy. We'll see how it does, kind of deal. So it sounds like there wasn't much drama going on in the background, and that's a good sign because drama equals money. So I think this is going to do really well, especially since it's coming out after Jurassic Park. So that means Jurassic Park will be going into its second to third week, and then Superman comes in, and it's going to devastate the numbers for Jurassic Park, but only that first weekend. If it's bad, then it could end up just be, a Jurassic Park might win that weekend if it's a bad movie. I don't think it will, though, because I think there's enough hype about this film, and this is a new direction, a new Superman, a new look. It doesn't have all the bad faith that Marvel's carrying around with it. I agree with you. Even from the test screenings that I was reading about with Fantastic Four, it sounds mid at best. Like it's gonna be like Thunderbolts, where it's like, yeah, it was a fun movie, but it wasn't. I wouldn't go watch it again. So it's probably gonna be $400 or $500 million movie, which I think Marvel needs to clear a bill anymore. It's the way they've been acting. Like they need a success. They need something that's gonna get.
And then you have those weird Snyder bro fucking fanatics where they're like, well, it has to. What if it doesn't do as good as Zack Snyder's Superman? I mean, this is the thing. I always tell people this. When it comes to movie math, when it comes to various movies, it's a case by case basis kind of thing.
Yeah.
You need to look at time period when a movie was released versus many different factors. You could do the whole adjust for inflation, budget, marketing attached, the actual goal of the studio. And this movie, I would hope it grosses more than Man of Steel. It looks like it's going to be a better movie just based off what we've seen in the trailers. Now, the thing here is when Man of Steel came out, it was coming off the heels of basically the MCU also hitting the tail end of the first phase. So it's coming out. People have to understand certain movies back then made more just because we were in that kind of superhero hype phase growing.
Yeah.
Now that superhero hype phase isn't here. It just isn't, So I'll be honest here. It might make I would hope it can pull in $800 million. That's what I think they want out of it. For like just a minimum. I think anything less than that would be a disappointment. But then again, it just depends on budget and marketing. Superman opening weekend projections are exactly what the DCU needs. Sorry, Snyder fans. Oh, well, they're punching air right now anyway. Their opinion doesn't fucking matter for anything. Imagine still talking about Man of Steel. That fucking dog. God. I was watching scenes of that movie recently. Just, I think that's one of those movies where I know if I rewatched it, I would probably hate myself for rewatching it. Good Lord. Superman was never going to hit the box office with a small thud, but projections for James Gunn's DCU live action debut are set to fire up the summer with a potential record-breaking debut for the DC franchise. The summer is littered with some big franchise movies, including Jurassic World Rebirth on July 2nd and Fantastic Four First Steps on July 25th. And right in the middle, on July 11th, is Superman. So how is the Man of Steel's new iteration expected to fare? Very well indeed. So, I mean, DC Comics right now are doing their whole Summer of Superman initiative, and they think, oh yeah, this is gonna make people go watch the movie. You guys are stupid. There is no correlation that a comic book Summer of Superman initiative would get those people to go watch the movie. You know why I know that? Because they're already gonna watch the movie because they're already reading Superman. You need to convince people that are gonna watch this movie to go buy Superman comic books. That's what you need. And what the DCU did in their second trailer for Superman. I was so disappointed at James Gunn for the first trailer not having those comic book recommendations like he did for the universe that eventually ended up dead. I think for the second trailer, it was a much better trailer in the end of it where he added in the Superman comic books to read if you want to kind of get started. Awesome thing. But for me honest here, there's no real one-on-one comparison with that. Comic book fans will watch the movie, will watch the movies. Movie fans will not be reading those books. I just know this. According to projections by Box Office Theory, Superman is looking at a stratospheric rise through the ranks of DC box office history to not only claim the highest opening weekend haul for a Superman movie or even the DC franchise, but could become Warner Bros. Discovery's biggest movie opening ever. Currently, the DC record is held by Zack Snyder's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, which opened to the tune of $166 million back in 2016. And just above that is Warner Bros. Discovery's highest grossing opener, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, with $169 million. Now, we know why both those movies opened as much as they did. Well, Harry Potter should be self-explanatory. That's the very end of a huge, massive fan base of books right there. That's not as BVS. BVS obviously was one of the most hyped up superhero movies ever, next to like the likes of like Infinity War, Endgame, movies like that. So it makes sense why those would be like the highest opening weekends for those movies. If projections hold, Superman is going to take somewhere between 157 to 175 million, and with curiosity about what Gunn can bring to the DC party, building as the movie's release approaches, there is every likelihood that the film could even surpass the high-end figure. So that's very good. That is very, very good for an opening weekend. If they hit that as an opening weekend between that number and that number, that's very good. Now, I will say this right now. If it comes in lower than this, so if it comes in 150 or 140 or 130 or 120, I would consider that a disappointment because the projections right now between that and this.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree on that.
Based on the history of the DC franchise in recent years, it is not surprising that some people would be skeptical about the chances of any DC movie making a big impact on the box office again. However, with the complete change of command and direction for WBD's DC output, there is plenty of optimism that this time around the franchise could finally put its past problems behind it. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a lot of people check it out just up front to see, okay, what's so different this time than before? You're going to have that curiosity, But that's where the movie needs to play in. That movie needs to basically confirm your curiosity is right, that DC can get you back into the movie theater and can actually make a good live action cinematic universe. Reactions to Superman's trailer were mostly positive, outside of the expected dissent from those still angered over the loss of Henry Cavill. And the first full trailer released in December delivered in excess of 250 million views, the most of any Warner Brothers movie ever. In addition to this, Gunn's previous work on Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, as well as his Guardians of the Galaxy movies with Marvel Studios, have proven that he is one of the most capable filmmakers to deliver a visual effects spectacle with a lot of heart, plenty of fan-pleasing moments, and distinct vision. Well, this right here is weird. Like, I don't really ever measure trailer views. It doesn't mean anything, honestly. Like, views on videos are just, oh, that means anything, honestly. But yeah, that having a lot of views is good. Will Superman become one of the most successful DC movies of all time? Could it even surpass the mighty Barbie to become Warner Brothers Pictures' highest-grossing movie of all time? Surpassing Barbie? That's crazy. They're talking. Barbie's like their highest-grossing movie ever, like literally of all time. What did Barbie hit? I'll turn in just a moment. Only time will tell, but it does have a better chance than almost every DC superhero movie offering of the last decade. So, Barbie. What did Barbie do? Barbie Box Office Mojo. Barbie took in, oh my goodness,
Wow.
$1,444,038,421. So even if you took out like theater cuts and all that shit, they're walking away with like potentially $200 million off of that. That's still very good. Then, if you want to count in the extra revenue, because people say, what about the extra revenue, like home video sales and all that shit? Let's be honest here, that's minuscule compared to this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Domestically, it took 6. God damn. Holy shit. So, will Superman have an opening like that to eventually have a domestic opening of those numbers? I don't know, honestly. Because we're in such a different superhero landscape compared to before. We just are, you know? The only way and the reason why DC could have a better shot at doing better than Fantastic Four right now is because, well, with Marvel right now, we kind of already know what we're going to be getting, you know? Marvel has kind of already played their hand. I'm not trying to sound like a DC fanboy. I'm not trying to sound like that, but that's just what it is. We've already seen everything Marvel Studios with the MCU has to offer. And the only thing big they have coming up is Doomsday, which they've delayed, and Secret Wars, which is also delayed in the same year. DC, I mean, with this reboot, we don't know what's going to happen. And there's no way it could be as bad as before. That's just not possible, because that would just be, God doing, like the devil just doing some fucking rain dance and just completely putting a pitchfork up Warner Brothers' asshole constantly, you know? So, what do you think, man? Do you think this movie hits these numbers and exceeds them, or do you think it just gets right around where they had the numbers at?
I think it exceeds them. I think it's not going to be, it's not as hyped as Deadpool Wolverine, but Deadpool and Wolverine showed that there's still an audience for comic book movies, and this is an all ages movie, so your kids are going to be able to get to go see it. More kids will be able to get to see this than Jurassic Park. And you hit the nail on the head too when you said about Marvel. The reason why this is working, and the article said this too, and the reason why there's so much hype around this is because it's a new direction, new actors, new universe. It's a reboot. And everyone's kind of excited because James Gunn has a lot of good faith. Marvel is eventually going to need to do this. Like, if we look at what's happening with Marvel right now, they've had 2 break-even failures with Brave New World and Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to have Fantastic Four. The next Marvel movie is going to be in December of 2027, which is Doomsday. So even if Fantastic Four was the greatest Marvel film that they've done since Phase 1, it's still going to have the hype to try to carry everyone for 2 years before we get to see what's happening next with these characters. And the TV shows and stuff like that have not been cutting it. Ironheart looks like it's going to be a flop. It's just they don't have any faith. And I think you're going to need to see a DC style reboot of Marvel in order to pull themselves out of this. I think if Superman does good, if Fantastic Four sucks or is mid or doesn't do $1 billion, I think you're going to see Bob Iger doing serious conversations about crap canning or shit canning the whole Marvel universe and rebooting. I would not be surprised.
Because if Fantastic Four does a little bit better than Brave New World and Thunderbolts, and my predictions for it in the end of its box office run, not the opening weekends or anything like that, $500 million, maybe 550. That's being real generous, and I'm giving it the bump of Fantastic Four being relatively known characters. There are a group of characters that are known. They're just not considered like good based off those previous Fox Fantastic Four movies, which are unbelievably awful. You know, this isn't a situation they're going to run into where it's like nobody doesn't know the characters. People know Fantastic Four. Now you're going to give me a group of characters that I do know. Now, if you can't get people into the theaters with characters that are known, then you just need to fucking restart the whole thing. Because the argument I was giving before, it's like, well, if you keep giving people fucking characters they don't know about, that's the results you get. You get kind of butt fuck nobody results because no one knows what those fucking characters are. If you're giving people characters that they know and they still don't care, then that's you just done. You're just cooked,
Yeah.
right? So, as you guys know from myself, with Superman, with Superman, I think the only competition like I said before is just Jurassic Park, and I think going into that, one of us should know that you can't compete with that. The only thing you have to do is Superman as a movie is not worry about the other two movies. What they need to do is worry about let's just make money for the studio, and we can show people that this is a different DC cinematic universe than the one previously that I shit you not basically never had a focus on Batman, no real actual direction with Superman. Wonder Woman had more movies than Batman. No Justice League movies. Like, oh, just such a. There's no way it could be as bad as before. I'm not want to think that even possibility. That was trash before, you know. So, what are your closing thoughts, man, on Superman's box office projections?
I think I agree with the article. I think it's going to go higher than 175 for the open weekend. I think they got a hit, and I think if Superman made $700 million and Fantastic Four made $700 million, Bob Iger would be considered that a failure, and Superman would be considered a success, just because of cost of production, advertisement, and the fact that Marvel needs $1 billion movie in order to really feel good about what they're doing. And with the delay of Doomsday, honestly, I think that it's putting way too much pressure on Fantastic Four, and it's going to have to deliver. And if it doesn't, I don't know if we get to see Doomsday. Like, I don't know if it's that bad, but the 2-year wait between with only the Spider-Man film that Sony's doing, it's not going to be setting up Doomsday. It's going to be doing Spider-Man for Sony. So another Marvel project for 2 years. Yeah, I think Superman's gonna do really well. I think Superman's gonna probably $800 to $900 million total. I got faith in it. It's just the right time. It looks good, and there's plenty of superhero watchers ready. And one thing that's really helping it is that it goes on after Jurassic Park. If it was the other way around, I would say that's going to be a death or big blow, because you're talking about going one good week and then Jurassic Park comes out and just takes away everything. Instead, it's the other way around. Jurassic Park comes out on like the 4th, and then by the 11th, here comes Superman.
Yeah.
And they'll just suck everything up, and then they don't have any more competition until the 24th with the Fantastic Four. And Fantastic Four might not, Superman might beat Fantastic Four on its opening weekend. It could happen if Fantastic Four sucks the way the Marvel's bad faith is, and if early reviews start popping out and people are saying that it's mid or not that good, we could see Superman in it would be in its second week or third weekend. Yeah, third weekend at that point, beat Fantastic Four on its opening, which would be wild, but probably not going to happen, but still though.
So, yeah, as you guys know from myself, it's the battle of Universal versus Warner Brothers versus Disney. I wouldn't really count Disney in that fight though, because Disney just doing their own damn good job of just beating themselves right now. So
Yeah.
Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. All right. Gonna head out of here in just about 1 minute. Had to get to bed for work in the morning. Had to wake up like around 6. Holy crap. So I got like an hour of free time, and then I'm passing the fuck out.
Oh, I'm going to bed soon too, because I got to get up early for work.
So anything you want to plug beside my wife before we head out?
This Sunday, I'm going to give her another shot. So keep your ear to the ground. I'm actually going to promote this one, and I'm actually going to go on this Sunday, 8 o'clock on my YouTube. Just Lunchbox Warren, or it's actually YouTube's. Well, you can follow my name, or you can go to Lunchbox Comics YouTube. It's on there. But yeah, I'll be doing that this weekend. Aside from that, nothing else.
Oh God. Dan Vass pointed this out too because he was replying to a post from Epic Mike. I hate the expression gaming community. I hate people's necessity to turn everything into a community. I like this thing. You like too. We're a community. We're friends. It's like fuck off, gay. Yeah, I agree with that too. People just turn. Oh, it's so cringe. Oh, this is gonna be a community. It's like I don't even fucking like you. I don't even know you. Like what? So cringe sometimes too. But yeah, as you guys know, Cloud9 podcast tomorrow, 8 p.m. PST with Mr. Blanks, and then Sunday, just do a game stream after I get off work, and then Monday back at it again with the weekly shows. So yep. Hope you guys have. Hopefully you guys go bang my wife too. Just kidding. Hopefully you guys go have sex with my wife and make me watch. Joking. Just kidding. All jokes. So have a great weekend, everybody. And thank you guys for checking out this episode of